But we've also talked about maybe we should go live again with content is profit. You know, we thought about it. We've debated a little bit here and there. And it's because there are a few advantages, right? Not only, of course, advantage number one is removing the friction, right? Like you don't have to do much at all, maybe any of the post-production, you know, like sure, you might grab it and fix it here or there later on. But like if you go live, the footage is published already, you know? So big advantage number one is remove the friction and actually hit publish, right? For me, big advantage number two would be lean into your mistakes, right? You learn that people do not care that much about, you know, your mistakes. I was so self-conscious about the accent. I was like, oh man, what are they going to say or do? Sometimes it already happened in this episode. I think I say things out of order or I say the wrong word or whatever. It's part of the personality.
It is what it is.
Yeah. And you know, big advantage number two, you learn to lean into those mistakes, right? So at least those are the first two that I have in my mind.
There's another advantage where it's like it allows you to third advantage. I think it helps you put in the reps at the end of the day. Like with the studio, we've been very fortunate to have some foot traffic of like people that come to our studio and we sit down in this same table and we talk about podcasting. And maybe it's the first time that they're trying to create
where we send the contract down here.
Maybe it's the first time that they're trying to create something, right? And it could be intimidating, right? And then just the creation aspect. And if you haven't checked out the 6 levers, right? Go to businesscreator.club. We're happy to see you in there. But just creation is intimidating. And then the post-production aspect is another layer of it, right? That, you know, maybe you have your references or most people, according to our experience, like they don't really know what they want the content to look like and feel like. And, you know, for either you're hiring a freelancer editor or you're doing it yourself, you're going to lose a lot of time trying to figure that one out, right? If you go live and it's published in a format that you enjoy and the conversation, quality of the message over quality of the production, is going to help you put in the reps and then start to notice on your message, what are the things that you're leaning in. You know, maybe you like to create a certain type of content. Maybe you like to do interviews. Maybe you like to go solo. Maybe you like to wing it. Maybe you like to do some research before and then lay out those points. And it's going to help you massively when you start to produce it with an editor or a team, because you're going to have clear instructions to do that, right? So if you haven't done it, I think that's another one of the huge wins that you can achieve.
Big advantage number 4. I got one. I think, and you slightly, you know, touched down, which is more intentional pre-production, right? Which helps with the delivery of the show. If you're going to go live, at least you're probably going to be like, all right, let me structure a little bit, you know, what I'm going to do. Because I'm not saying, if you're going to not do it live, I still recommend having a very intentional pre-production process, right? We talked about this actually in one of our latest episodes with Travis Houston. So make sure you go check out that episode. But at the same time, if you're going live, right, it just helps you structure where you're going to go from one point to another, right? Maybe helps you minimize the, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, etc. Right? Now, big advantage number 5 is proximity on the conversation. Like you are live. Sure, you're not going to have probably at first 100, maybe not even 10 or 20 people listening to you, but you might get 1, 2 people that are going to jump in and maybe they'll leave a comment in there and you're like, hey dude, what's up? Like you can either address them live during the episode or you can wait for after, and since they commented, it's pretty much they're opening the door for you to reach out and talk to them. So proximity to that conversation, I think, is key. Guess what? That's what happened to us, right? Like, our longest standing client to this day, he was watching one of our live shows and he literally put a comment in there. Yeah, he's like, I've been looking for what you guys do. And we're like, awesome, let's talk, right?
Yeah, 4 years later.
4 years later, he's still our client, right? And he's absolutely amazing. So big advantage, proximity to the conversation when you are going live.
Yeah.